Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel of Sitting with Arvin. This next video goes over the last 6 months of my life, which mostly involves working as a wildland firefighter. If you're curious about what happened before that, check out my older videos. They're pretty fun. I moved to the Netherlands, worked on a potato farm, lived on a houseboat in Amsterdam, and then I came back to the USA to fight fires. The contents of these videos is for informational purposes only and do not reflect the organizations I may have worked for.
In my car, heading to Wyoming right now. Boom! Just moving my whole life. We'll see how it goes, see if this car holds up. This $1,300 car, I think it will. I've got a lot of faith in it. Gosh, a lot of feelings bubbling through me, like, I don't know what they are. It's like there's too much. I'm moving too much. But I'm also really excited. A lot of that feeling is excitement. I am excited to go into the forest and camp, do whatever it is we do for firefighting. I just entered Wyoming and the speed limit went up and the rain died down. I think it's a sign it's going to be a good time. The sun in the distance was a metaphor for a good year that was to come. This right here is a camper, which was my living quarters. I lived here for about 4 or 5 months and shared it with one other person.
This is where I'll be living for the next 6 months.
Not the most luxurious, but the living situation all in all was really good, and the surrounding area was beautiful, which I went to explore the next day. So today I decided to take a hike near my new workstation in Pinedale, Wyoming. At the beginning of my drive, I had to get through a whole bunch of cows that were blocking the road, which was inconvenient, but also really cool to see. Let me tell you, the views were definitely worth the drive. If you guys have an opportunity to visit Wyoming, definitely go for it. It was so beautiful. I just finished my 3rd day of firefighting. Got my chainsaw certificate today. Just jumped in the water here. It's pretty cold. It's a good revitalizing type of thing, I guess. Slowly finding a groove over here. The start of the season began with chainsaw training. We got to cut a lot of things. UTV practice where we drove around some really fun UTVs, and then a lot of PT hikes, which were so gorgeous.
And today is going to be a good day, and the reason I know it's going to be a good day is because number one, it's 4th of July, America's birthday, and check this out. I just cracked a twin egg, double luck.
It was indeed a good day. We got to join a festival with Smokey the Bear, our mascot, and a few days later, I got to go to my first rodeo. It was really cool to see little kids chasing around cows and adults doing the same thing. Definitely recommend going to your first rodeo if you haven't already. Because there were not very many fires in our region or in the USA, we got to stay busy with a lot of project work. Cutting down trees was one of those things. There were a lot of infected trees, there was a lot of trees filled with beetle kill, and so a lot of our season was taken up cutting them down.
Falling!
On July 13 of 2023, we left out of Jackson Hole, Wyoming to go to our first fire assignment in Phoenix, Arizona. Just got to Phoenix, Arizona on my first fire assignment. We're going to be here for about 2 weeks doing some fire things. This is the room I'm staying in.
The first week of our Phoenix fire assignment, we patrolled high fire danger areas, which was a lot of areas. We also did a lot of PT and practiced basic fire drills like how to use the engine pipes, how to fill up the engine, and that kind of stuff. On July 22nd, we saw our first fire, and in this video here you can see the fire far off in the distance, and that fire turned out to be a real pain in the neck. It was very expensive and very dangerous. Expensive as in a lot of aircraft were used to try and dump retardant on it, and it was getting close to people's homes, so it was becoming Of course, dangerous if it's getting close to where people are living.
July 24, 2024, on a fire in Arizona. It is like record heat. It's freaking hot.
On July 24, during the night, because it was so hot, we started with a prescribed burn, and our fire module was responsible for blocking the highway to make sure no flames got to the other side. Thankfully, everything went well. No flames got to the other side. Everything went as planned. And the next day, we went through to make sure that all the extra embers were put out.
Why does time go so fast? Pretty soon the time in Arizona was over, and I was heading over to California for the next fire assignment. It was a really beautiful ride, awesome just to see throughout like the drives that we went everywhere through America, just to see America, you know, it's awesome. It's a really beautiful country. So here's a little bit from my time in California.
I'm in California, waiting for a fire, on a severity roll in California. One of the many projects we worked on while in California was removing or dropping trees from this previously burned forest you see here.
All burned up.
And just in case you haven't seen enough cutting trees already, here are a few more videos of us cutting down bigger trees in California. Here you can see a nice river that we hung out at during our lunch breaks. On August 14, we had lookout duty, which was really cool. We climbed to a really cool lookout spot where we got to see a large surrounding area, and we just kept an eye out to make sure there were no fires. September 27, 2023, in Oregon on a fire assignment. While in Oregon, there were a few small fires. You can see here a helicopter that was called to help by dumping water on the fire, which was cool to see. We also dropped this massive tree right here.
Currently on my way from Wyoming to Colorado Springs to attend the wedding of my brother, Jaron Rushka.
Unfortunately, that $1,300 car did not make the trip. It broke down 10 minutes away from my destination, and I sold it in a Walmart parking lot. Thankfully, my brother had an extra car, and he gave me that car.
This here is the car I got from my brother. As you can see, it's a pretty sick Ford Focus, 2014, 4-cylinder, 160 horsepower baby.
The time home was really great. I got to spend some time with my nieces. I helped my brother fly a parachute kite type of thing. Seeing my brother get married was also really cool, of course, and I gave him a speech, and then I danced.
When I got back to Wyoming, it was time to wrap up the season. I had a lot of melancholy, and I spent a lot of time by this lake here. It's a really awesome lake to just sit and watch the beautiful horizon. We ended the season doing pile burning. We also did some camping, some really cool hikes, and a little bit of caving and climbing.
It is October 23, 2023. Awesome year. A little melancholy feeling now that I'm leaving. But yeah, all in all, pretty good. Now I'm off to Utah to do like a few hikes with some friends, and then I'm going to go to my very first festival. What a beautiful spot that we have here in Boulder City, right outside of Las Vegas. I went to get a camping spot here to go to my very first festival that starts tomorrow.
The festival was really fun. I'm not a huge festival guy, it turns out, but with the right people, I'd probably do it again. On November 7, I left the festival in Las Vegas, Nevada,
Whoa!
to go back to Colorado Springs. On the
Okay,
way back, though, I stopped by my brother who was living in Breckenridge at the time, and because he's an outdoorsy dude, we did some mountain biking and some snowboarding, and that was pretty sweet.
That right there is the new home where I'll be living. Whole kitchen, refrigerator, living room. The computer that I'm using to make this vlog right now, that's called Inception. It's not called Inception, but it's kind of like Inception. It's kind of like a Inception sort of thing. This is my room. And I haven't quite upgraded to real blankets yet. We still got sleeping bags. But hey, one step at a time. I got a room now. That's it for where I'm living. That pretty much wraps up 2023. There are a couple extra cool little things I want to add, like I did this really fun woodworking project where I created my first abstract piece of woodwork.
ready.
I also did some
set,
hikes with my
go.
sisters. Here we're doing the incline,
Christmas Eve.
and I went to the Golden Brewery, or the brewery in Golden, Colorado, with some friends.
And that's it. That's it for the year of 2023. It was a pretty good year. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to the video or the channel. I'll see you guys next time.